All right, everybody, we got about 2 minutes to go. I think my sound is still working good. See if I can grab the screen share ability here. All right, there's me. I take my sweatshirt off here. Hey, sound is good. Glad to see everyone in here. All right. Hey. So, if you're new here, make sure and shout it out in the chat. Let me know you're new. If you're one of my longtime followers, we got some good stuff in store for you. If you're new, this is going to be blowing your mind, all the awesome stuff. So, well, welcome, Carol. Awesome. Jim, longtime follower. Awesome. We're going to get into this here. We've got, oh my gosh, there's hundreds of people here today. Holy cow. That's a big crowd. Usually I go through and read a bunch of the names. I mean, it's just amazing list. Mike's and Patrick's and Phil's and Raj, Ritz, several Robs, Sarah, Sam, Stacy, Susan, Suzanne, Terry, Thomas, Tim, several Tims, Troy's, Vito's, Willis. I just started halfway down. It's like Chris, Alan, Andrew, Andreas, Andy, Barbara, Bill, Bob, Bruce, Brian, Chris, Dan. That's a lot of Davids. Straight up, a lot of Davids. Welcome, all you Davids. Yeah, we got New Year coming up on I guess the last day of the year is Friday, right? New Year on Saturday. So, all right, we're down to the end of the time. Let's go ahead and flip it onto my screen. Welcome, everybody. Let me get the chat working, make sure I'll be able to see it, because I got some interactive questions for you. So we are live on YouTube. Also, if you're on YouTube, I don't know that your comments are tied into Zoom, but we'll try to get one of my staff to monitor it. And if you have a pressing question, we'll try to get that answered too. So welcome, everyone. We're going to talk about my big predictions coming into the 2020 year, new year. Like we said, it just starts on Saturday. So welcome. Not new, but you're not old either. That's good. Glad to have you. So glad everyone's here. I know a few of you have already told me you're new. If you're new to me, make sure you shout it out in the chat. We'll try to acknowledge you. We're always glad to have new people. And if you're brand new, didn't even know about me before, I have Tuesday free sessions on YouTube and in Zoom every week. We post it back on YouTube. So make sure you tune in to future content, even if you don't choose to join in with me today. So just welcome, everybody. We're going to have an opportunity to join me for some future stuff, some new stuff I got coming out for the new year. And we got big predictions that I'm making right here, right now, today for 2022. So let's get into it, right? Thanks for joining me for my final live webinar of 2021. I think that we can all agree that 2021 has been a pretty crazy year so far. I mean, I'm not going to count out that something else crazy could happen by Friday. So, hey, brand new Marshall, welcome, first timer. So we've had everything. You believe President Trump was our president at the beginning of the year? I mean, we had new President Biden. We've had shipping log jams. I think the bay outside Los Angeles is like a container ship parking lot out there. Sky high inflation, record setting for years and years. Market volatility that's been, just some amazing rips and some amazing dips. Had Delta, Omicron, all sorts of stuff. trying to forget anything Trump. Yeah, that was still all this year though, believe it or not. So now we are ready to turn the calendar over to a brand new year, 2022. Before we do that though, let me ask you a question. If you had known what was coming in 2021, would you have prepared a little differently? Would you have done something different? Let me know in the chat. I mean, absolutely, Cher says, So absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Lots of people for sure. Yeah. Francois says, sure. Yeah, Denise says, absolutely. Mike, yes. Jan, yes. Carol, yes. I mean, everybody's thinking they would have prepared something different, right? If you'd only known what was coming down the pike. So what would you have changed if you had been able to anticipate how the market would move this year? What do you think you might have done different if you knew you had a roadmap to the market before we got here? What do you think you might have done different? Started trading options? Okay, that's a good one. Anybody else? A great deal of options. Loaded up on crypto. Would have been on my team earlier. All right. Well, I didn't even have anything until 2021, so I was just out there in the world, in the ether, floating around. So I appreciate everybody being here. Now, back in 2020, I knew for certain that COVID was going to crash the markets, even when other people in my own family called me crazy. I prepared me and my family that allowed me, and I grew our trading accounts to 1.4 million in March of 2020. Now, that is an absolutely extraordinary, eye-popping story. I don't know if I'll ever see that kind of result or a trade like that ever again. But the fact remains, I was able to make a small fortune because I correctly anticipated how the market was going to move and react. After all, trading is nothing more than trying to anticipate where the market is going to go in the future, right? How it's going to move. If we anticipate the move up, we can do go long stock, go long options, go long calls, do a spread. If we know that market's going to go down, or we anticipate it's going to go down, we can go long puts, we can short stock. I mean, there's just, you can play futures. So there's all sorts of things you can do. I think if you double click on it, you can make the slideshow big. Just to answer that question. So, and trying to be right more often than you're wrong. I mean, that's the real goal in trading, right? You know you're going to be wrong some part of the time, but you try to be right when you're wrong. You try to make more on your right than you lose when you're wrong. Try to cut those losses off. Now think about it this way. If you found a trade setup that you knew would win 50% of the time, 51% of the time, excuse me, you risk one, make one, and you could win 51% of the time. Wouldn't you trade it as often as you could and let the gains just slowly add up? I mean, that's what casinos do, right? They just have to have that edge. Now, imagine you could tip the odds to 55% or even 60%, right? The better your odds you give yourself, the better chance you have at anticipating where the markets are moved, and the more likely you are to have successful trades and to outpace those losses that you're inevitably going to take. I mean, there's no magic bullet in trading. It's simply a game of tilting the odds in your favor in small increments as often as possible with as high probability moves as you can. And that's why we're here today, because I believe that I've identified 3 big predictions that I think I have confidence in that are highly likely to come true in 2022. I mean, I've got money on all 3 of these predictions right now. But why should you listen to me, right? If you're new here, my name is Jeffrey Turnmeyer. A bit about me, right? We're going to talk, some of you know, some of you have been around, you've heard this, but for those that are new, I've been paper trading since I was like, I don't even remember if it was 2nd or 3rd grade. It's been a long time. I was born in the 70s. So 2nd and 3rd grade was in the 80s. And I know that many of you out there are probably older than me. Some of you may be younger than me. But I opened a trading account as soon as I could in the late 90s when I turned 18. I've been trading real money for over 25 years. I grew my family's accounts to over 1.4 million in 2020. I debuted Echo Trades to the world in March of 2021, thanks to the great people that are here hosting me today. In my company, I've created the Knoxville Trade Club this fall. We created crypto power plays. And when we've put out several reports and other awesome stuff, created a Discord server where I'm collecting all of my followers, all of my subscribers. They're all getting in Discord. I post extra trades in there all the time. And we've got some new special stuff to talk about today. Like I said, it's been a wild 2021. And over the months, I've developed a bit of a reputation for correctly calling my shots in the market. Now, I already told you about how I told folks to prepare for the COVID crash. I mean, I didn't have followers really back then. I had a group of traders I talked to, and it turned into a remarkable windfall for me and my family. That's really what it's about, right? Family. But this year, I've made quite a few other correct predictions too. And my insane echo trade double dipper on SPY. It was right off the bat when we went public with this thing. My echo trade setup, and with it, I anticipated a major move up in the SPY. So I recommended my first entry right there, circled on the chart. Well, we saw a little bit of sell-off, and some of those brand new followers, well, they got a little bit worried. But I was confident in my prediction, so I doubled down. I recommended a second entry and put it on the record. After a few days, my prediction, well, it came true. Entry number 1 became a massive 357.52% winner. And entry 2, well, we cashed it on the record for an insane 821% gain. 2 remarkable trades from 1 mega prediction. Of course, that kind of return is 1 in a million, or in this case, 2 in a million, right? But one setup like that is capable of making a whole trading year. And that was hardly the one prediction that I nailed this year. Back in February, before I was even a guru, I told my brother when was a good time to sell his Bitcoin. I gave him this chart right here. You can see it's dated, like we circled the date right up there, February 6th, 2021. I laid out this path for him right here. Told him his target was right up in here if he was going to sell and get out of debt. This was his goal. He had been mining some Bitcoin. He was sitting on a little bit. He wanted to sell some of it and get out of debt. You know what he did? When this thing popped, he sold about half of his Bitcoin he had and got completely 100% out of debt. Made the exact move I told him he was going to do. And he was so thankful. Let me tell you. I correctly called the top. And then for people that were along with me, talking to me on Discord, I told them when the bottom will happen. I said, did you load up at below 30? I was already telling people below 30, it's time to load up. That's going to be at the bottom. I see us on a path to 80 to 100 by the end of the year. Well, right now we're a little shy of that. Kind of in this retrace right now. So we'll get to that more in a moment. So it didn't stop there either, though. I also correctly predicted a strategy that has worked perfectly in these choppy markets. For years, I've traded a covered call setup. It was designed to just make a low dollar consistent win time and time again. But I was confident that due to the fact that in 2021, options volumes, dollar volumes started exceeding stock dollar volumes, that I could be even more effective than I've ever been before. And I started testing it with a beta group, and then we launched the product. And that's become the foundation of the Knoxville Trade Club, which is currently racked up this absurd 29 win and 1 loss track record out of the 30 trades that I have closed on the official account. 29 wins and 1 loss. I could pile up even more examples, but I think you kind of get the idea at this point. 2021 was a good year for my predictions coming true. Now, was I wrong about some stuff? Of course I was. I thought the market crash, I thought the market was going to crash back in November. I mean, crash big, right? As soon as the Fed announced higher interest rates. Well, instead, we just got a brief taper tantrum as they changed up the game a little bit. We had Black and Blue Friday in there. And then we bottomed out in December, like right as we came into December, and we've just been ripping since here. Quick recovery. And of course, we missed plenty of echo trades too. I mean, they're kind of designed to pick up some big wins in a trending market. And we've kind of gone sideways for several periods of 2021. Even that one Knoxville trade club trade that I took that ruined my perfect win record. I even broke my own rules, and it was a pretty big loss. I'm still kicking myself for it. You know, it was bigger than I wanted to take, and I just didn't follow my own rule. And well, the record shows I took that one loss. Now, nobody has a perfect batting average. If you do, it's only a matter of time. But as I talked about before, trading is all about tilting the odds in your favor as much as possible. As we enter 2022, sky high inflation still hitting us in the wallet. With shipping concerns, I see no end in sight right now. I mean, they're not going to let up anytime soon. With the threat of new unknown variants and the ensuing chaos on Wall Street, being able to anticipate what's coming next will be even more important than ever. I mean, it's always important, right? Which is why I want to share with you 3 big, bold predictions for 2022 right here today. Are you ready to hear them? Let's stop right here so you can let me know that you're ready to hear them in the chat. I want to hear. It looks like I got even more people than when we started. It's a crazy big crowd for today. Just incredible. Hundreds and hundreds of people. Let's go. Bring it on. Ready. All right, we're going to do it. I'm going to really tell you my predictions here. All right. So bring it. Yes. Yep. Ready. All right. looks like the crowd wants to know what I'm going to predict for 2022. All right. Holding your breath. All right. Prediction number 1 coming up. Number 1, Bitcoin is going to trade at or above $80,000 by December 31st, 2022. Prediction number 1. It's going to happen. Now, you've already seen me mention this prediction when I shared this hot tip with a member in Discord. I mean, did you get more at 30K? I see us on a path to 80 to 100 end of the year. Sometimes I'm not so good at exact by the end of the year. I mean, it's kind of flexible. I think it's probably happen within the next few months. We'll see. We haven't hit those levels yet. But here, this is why I think that we probably are set up on a path to get there. Did you know that Bitcoin just had a code change? Didn't make big news, right? It gives it many of the same features of Ethereum. It's called Taproot. That change allows other cryptos and even smart contracts to be built on top of the powerhouse that is Bitcoin. Developers are just now starting to work on rolling out hot new stuff in this crypto space, all powered on top of the Bitcoin network. Existing ones that are only running on Ethereum are starting to look at adding backup code on Bitcoin so that they have redundancy and don't rely on any one crypto. All of this building on top of Bitcoin creates demand for Bitcoin, which we already know has a finite supply. And if you didn't know, Bitcoin's limited to 21 million coins. That's it. And an increase in demand with no increases in supply, well, that equals higher prices. That's just the law of supply and demand right there. So we have Bitcoin here, and I see a rally to here and possibly on up. Now, let's get into prediction number 2. SPX, S&P 500, is going to rally up to 6,000 before setting up for a potential decade-long correction. This one could last a little bit into late 2022 and possibly into 2023, this upcoming rally here. But I think we're going to be on a path to go higher in 2022. Now, not to say that we won't see some bumps along the way. I haven't been shy about predicting a crash, and I still feel like it's pretty much inevitable. But it looks like there's still a little bit of juice in the squeeze before we get there. And check this SPX chart out right there. See where 6,000 is up here? But I feel like we're going to have this intermediate pullback here, right? We've had this same size kind of pullback over and over and over again. So you got to watch out. Now we've pulled back with echoes, and we have confluence of fibs up here on this monthly chart. But when you make a small change to the chart scale, you're going to get a whole new perspective on this move right here. When I change the scale just a little bit, in the same time frame, start to see we have just a little hiccup and a pop before a possible setup to come back to these levels where we consolidated before. Now, the chart tells the tale. The remaining climb we have left is proportionally small at this scale. Just a little bit of extra juice up there. I think we can all agree the list of threats that we hear in the news to all the market valuations of all these big companies in the S&P 500 is just getting increasingly long, right? All these threats, all these things coming out. And the potential reasons for more upside, well, they're kind of limited, right? While the big pullback at the end might not quite be as big as the chart suggests, we'll have better data as time goes on and we actually get to the top. You're starting to see a picture of why I'm preparing for these moves now. Now, let's get into prediction number 3. The IWM is going to break out of this year-long consolidation it's been in to trade at the 250 to 260 plus range. Now, let's take a look at that IWM chart. This is the Russell 3000, small cap stocks. Right here's the monthly chart right here. See where we've been this year? Right up here. Just kind of going sideways. It looks fairly consistent growth pattern, except for this big V right here that we had for 2020. But if I circle the places on this chart where IWM consolidated for almost a whole year, you're going to start to see a pattern. Check this out. Consolidated, then something happened. Consolidated, something happened. Consolidated some more, a little dip and rip. Consolidated some more, another dip and rip. Consolidated some more. We need the rip, right? And we just experienced another almost full year of consolidation on IWM. You're right there. So what do we think is going to happen next? Could have a dip, but I think we're set up for a rip. So zoom it on down to look at this year's consolidation. I used a little bit of my charting skill. Thank you to Echo Trades and some of my other fib skills. And I come up with a breakout prediction here. It's right here. If you came to my Tuesday session, I talked about this a little bit. What are the parameters that we're looking for this breakout to set up and set us up to run here? So I already have a trade on this. Looking to add more as soon as I get some confirmation. A little bit of conservative entry. And members of my Discord, you're going to know when I do this. All right. So conservatively, I think we'll see IWM trade between 250 and 260. And we could even see it break out and go to higher levels than that. So there you have it. 3 big, bold predictions for 2022. You want a reminder? Bitcoin is going to trade at 80,000 by December 31st, 2022. S&P 500 is going to rally to the 6,000 area before setting up for a potential decade-long correction. And then IWM is going to break out of this year-long consolidation to trade at the 250 to 260 range. 3 big predictions that, if they come true, could shape the way that we trade in 2022, and certainly the way I'm trading. I can't guarantee these are going to come true. I mean, of course not. No one truly sees the future, right? But you've already seen what can happen when I've been able to nail a prediction. Now, predictions alone can only take you so far. You're probably wondering how I plan to trade these setups as I watch them develop over the next year. I mean, I've just got my starter trades on. I'm going to be putting more and more trades on. So, would you like me to break down for you in the few minutes we have left here how I plan to take advantage of these trades? Tell me in the chat if you want to know more. Yep. Any ideas on Ethereum? Well, I'm going to give you some opportunities to find out more predictions beyond just these. So I'm going to tell you, let's break it down. All right, definitely. We got so many people saying, we've got, this might be one of my biggest crowds yet here today. It's amazing. All right. So just tell me, not everybody else. So here, prediction number 1, Bitcoin, 80,000 by December 31st, 2022. I don't think it could happen much quicker than that. Now, for the people who are inside some of my crypto services, you're going to know exactly the path. Right now, I'm holding on to my current Bitcoin position. It's in the tens of thousands of dollars. So, I'm going to look for other opportunities in the crypto market because the rising tide of Bitcoin, which carries 40+% of the entire crypto market, it carries all the boats. So Bitcoin is super important because just like the S&P 500 that I follow as the market gauge for the broader market in the stock market, I feel like Bitcoin is the one to watch for the sentiment of the crypto market. So the crypto market is fascinating. It's diverse. It changes incredibly quickly. I mean, did you know there were like 11,000 cryptos in September? And now coming into the end of the year here, we're about to tip the scale on 16,000 available virtual currencies. I mean, that's like a 45% growth in just 4 months. Crazy. Now, it's open 24/7. There's literally there's no break. There's no shutdown. There's no pause. It's 24/7. And there are literally thousands of cryptos out there. Literally tens of thousands almost. I think we're going to see over 20,000 shortly after 2022 starts. And that doesn't cover the crypto related stocks, some of which I absolutely love. So over the next year, I'll be holding and strategically adding to my Bitcoin position, but I'll also be looking for other opportunities as Bitcoin grows. Members of my Crypto Power Plays group already have the inside knowledge of what I'm following, what I'm looking at, and what captivates my attention in the crypto sector. My weekly video briefings and regular Discord updates, I explain how the rising tide of Bitcoin raises all the ships in the crypto space. Just take a look how closely Mara, one of my favorite crypto-related stocks, mirrors Bitcoin. Right? Mara is the orange line. If you don't know how to read this chart, Mara, M-A-R-A, it's the orange line there. It was outperforming briefly, and then it came back to earth. Now it's underperforming a little bit. So there's an opportunity for the pop. Now, over the next year, I'll be working with the Crypto Power Play students to look for the best opportunities in crypto, in Bitcoin, and in other places. So if you're in there, some of my favorite cryptos besides Bitcoin, maybe some that I think are going to have some outperformance. Now, prediction number 2, S&P 500, SPX, is going to rally to 6,000 before setting up for a decade-long correction. My plan is to use echo trades to set up profit targets and find opportunities along the way to supplement high-risk, high-reward trades. And I'm going to supplement those high-risk, high-reward trades and echo trades with Knoxville trades. And Knoxville Trade Club trades, they're just slow, consistent wins. Now, we already talked about how I use echo trades to capture back-to-back ridiculous wins on the SPY. Now, SPY is just the ETF that trades the S&P 500. As SPX continues to rally over the next year, I'm going to be constantly looking for similar opportunities. In fact, I had one that didn't even fit in one of my advisory services on a mini SPX that they call XSP. And I put that in the Discord, just in the main chat for everybody. And I actually booked around a 700% gain in that one. And that was a free for all. Like everybody with any service of mine could have taken that. And several people did. They didn't quite do the performance I did, but several people jumped on it. So I think that these opportunities are going to be there. If you're following me, I'm going to put them out there and try to get as many people on it as I possibly can. Now, I'm also going to monitor individual stocks inside the S&P 500 and some outside to see where the opportunities might pop up. And if a crash sets up, well, I've got my followers covered there too. Yeah, I mean, you already know I use Echo Trades to massively grow accounts during the 2020 crash. But due to the highly volatile nature of these markets, I know that Echo Trades alone will have some blind spots. I mean, when we get this sideways chop for a couple months, Echo Trades have a little bit of a rough time. There's going to be times when a trade setup seems perfect, we get in, and then everything just goes wrong. You know, I had one of these not too long ago on gold, a gold-related stock. So we know this is just the reality of trading the markets. But it's also where my Knoxville Trade Club trades, well, they transform how I trade. These trade setups they're not about big, sexy gains that Echo Trades can sometimes grab a hold of. It's all about slowly building the account with setups that can still succeed, even when volatility upsets our plan. I mean, a lot of these have a setup for a 10 to 20% downside when we get into them. And with Echo Trades and Knoxville Trades together, I think I'll be set to optimize my trading during the rise of the S&P 500. And be ready to adjust and take advantage of things when we finally start turning the other way. Now, prediction number 3 was the IWM breakout. It's going to trade at 250 to 260. My plan right now is to monitor the Echo Trade targets and the entry confirmations. I talked about them on Tuesday if you were here. If you're not, that recording is on YouTube. So I'm going to also trade a brand new Iwm Gap setup. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. I've actually done this trade for years on and off. And a new development has me more excited to trade this with everybody in the future. See, with the Echo Trades and the Knoxville Trades together, went the wrong way. IWM is a bit of a special circumstance. Sure, I can and will watch the IWM for Echo setups. I mean, I check it every day. It's on my list of it's right on the main page of my platform that I look at every day for charts. And I may even place a Knoxville trade on it here or there. Less likely since it's a higher price stock and I like to keep the Knoxville trades in the lower ballpark, but it's possible. But I've noticed something special about IWM in particular. In particular, I noticed a unique trend where when we have an overnight gap, if you're not familiar, it's when we get to close one day and then by the next morning, IWM is either trading higher or lower right at the open. It's an overnight gap. And I call it the Iwm Gap Trade in particular. And I recognize that when IWM gaps up or down, it tends to fill that gap that very same day more often than not. Of course, it doesn't happen every single time. But when I dug into it, I realized that it does fill the gap about 69% of the time over a long period of time. We're talking 20 years. I pulled the data and ran these checks. It did same day gap fills, 68.9% on the gap ups and 69.9% on gap downs. So it did that over 20 years of data. I mean, look at that. I pulled 20 years of data and checked this every day. So remember, when I talk about tilting the odds, remember back in the beginning, think back to the beginning of this slideshow. If you weren't here and you're just joining us, we talked about the fact that if you can just tilt the odds in your favor just a little bit, that you can come out ahead. You can be the house, right? Just like they do at casinos. So knowing a trade has about a 2 in 3 chance of success is a huge advantage when you enter a trade. And at least for me, that means I can trade the setup every time it appears and take the wins and the losses. The only problem was manpower. Did I want to check IWM every single morning to see if a gap had developed? I'm going to be honest with you. The answer is heck no. I mean, sometimes in slow market, the setup might not even be there for a few days, and then I forget about it or whatever. I mean, come back to it, and then maybe I get busy. I mean, the kids, maybe somebody forgot their backpack and I don't get to my office right in time. And it's all like discombobulated. I got, 100 things going 100 ways, you miss a great setup. Well, thank God for robots. That's what I got to say right now. I actually spent time to personally program in Python. I've been working on this for a few weeks now, a robot that connects up to Discord. So it connects up right to my Discord server. I wrote it, I run it, it runs on my computer in here to tell me when the gap is set up so I can decide when I want to enter. I'm so excited to trade the IWM setup with the robot's help as it breaks out of this year-long consolidation. I'm really I'm passionate about this because I control it all. I've written all the code for this. So question, would you like to trade this gap setup along with me? Let me know in the chat if you think you might want to trade that setup along with me. Yes? Yeah, I've got some yeses. All right. Couple no's. Why wouldn't you? All right. Cha-ching. Yeah, I mean, it maybe. Yeah. So sounds good so far. So we're going to introduce today, brand new thing, the Iwm Gap Alert. This thing is automated. I like to give my top traders exclusive access to this IWM robot. So what it does, it sits there, it pulls up the chart data, reads the prices, and then puts a human readable instruction inside Discord. I'll show you a little bit of that here in a minute. This is so that we can begin to trade these gap setups and help each other take advantage of the opportunities that have the most favorable outcome. And I'd like to give you a chance to be among the very first to trade the Iwm Gap Alert with me. As an exclusive bonus from our premium membership for 2022. I've been clear today. I think trading in 2022 is going to require some insight from all of my best services. I'll need to use crypto power plays to help folks understand the relationships in the crypto market and to find those best possible opportunities to get ahead in the crypto market. I'll use echo trades to find and trade stocks as they climb quickly, and even if they crash, to set profitable targets and reasonable stop losses. For those of you that have been with me, I'm going to try to do better at the stop loss thing. I know that some of you don't quite get it great. I'm working on building a better team of support inside Discord. We haven't been there too very long. We've just kind of added that new in the last month or so. We're going to try to work together better as a team inside Echo Trades. I'm going to use Noxel Trades, which I set up Discord really for Noxel Trades. And I'm going to use those to create a healthy baseline of trades that can withstand volatility and even thrive in these uncertain markets. All right. Don't even know what Discord is. That's fine. Go to discord.com. So we have crypto power plays, Echo Trades, and it was called the Knoxville Trade Club, Knoxville Trade Experiment, but it's really the Knoxville Trade Club. These powerful systems will form the foundation of my trading strategy for 2022. And today, I'd like to give you a first ever chance to claim access to all three of these and add the brand new Iwm Gap Alert for a special exclusive bonus. Are you interested so far? Let me know in the chat. Yes, yes. All right. Got some interested, eager people here. All right. So let me remind you what you'll get with each membership to these services. Crypto Power Plays. This is like a $5.97 minimum value. You get weekly crypto briefings. These are about 30-minute videos of detailed insight from me on the best crypto setups, what's happened in the crypto market this week, headlines you might need to know, any charts, any trends, any cryptos that have popped up in a new trend since last week. I go through it all in about a 30-minute video. Comes out on Sundays each week so far. Then you get access to the Crypto Power Plays Discord. There's actually 2 channels there where you can chat about crypto almost 24/7 with me, and you could do it 24/7 with other insightful traders that are in there. Some of my I've brought in some of my longest followers that were with me since before I even launched Echo Trades, and they're in there, ready to answer questions, ready to talk to you, ready to give their opinions too. So then we have some special bonus reports that help you get started. We have bonus trading. We have education sessions that come up. I do about once a month or so, where we jump in and get all your questions answered. So then I have Echo Trades. This is like a $9.97 minimum value, where on average, we try to hit 77 trade alerts a year. We haven't even had it a whole year. But we have specific entries, specific options recommended, specific exits. And we wait for the best opportunities. And then we're working to improve community participation inside that. And, so that everybody can do even better than we have so far. And I've got the Echo Trade Masterclass, and there's actually 2 different versions of it now. We've got can't miss reports on some of my favorite stocks. We've got 2 special live sessions a month on the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays at 1. We have access to the Echo Trades Discord channels that are brand new. There's actually 2 channels there now, plus you get all the free channels. So that's inside Echo Trades. And then the Knoxville Trade Club, this one's a $14.97 minimum value for the platinum level. And this is what we're offering here today. You get an average of like 2 to 3 trade alerts a week. I update any changes I do in the track record account, and then I throw out some extra opportunities, whether people choose to trade them or not. And then the Knoxville Trade Club Masterclass is in there. It's a 5-part class. We do monthly live trading calls for all members. I have one planned for later on this week. And then we have access to dedicated Discord channels. We've got several Discord channels for the Knoxville Trade Club, and even more potential trades are outside of the Knoxville Trade Club. As I mentioned, with anything you buy from me, you get access to Discord, and there's free content. So brand new, it's coming up, the Iwm Gap Alert. We're gonna give this a $500 minimum value because we have big plans for this in the future. It's gonna have daily updates because this trade sets up first thing in the morning, and a special Discord channel that I've set up for this from the Iwm robot that I coded myself on whether the gap is set up or not. Then communication with me and other traders about when to take advantage of the trade and how to take advantage of the trade. We have some education stuff planned. This is brand new. I mean, I was literally working on code this morning for it. So it's not even like 100% finished. It's going to get better for the next couple of weeks as we find out what works best on this. I've been doing the trade for a while, but the bot, I'm just going to make it better and better to help us actually trade this setup. Like it needs just a little polish, so it's a work in progress. Now, we're also going to have access to a special live class with me on a date to be decided in the future here. We're going to explain the robot, how the setups work, and what you want to look for. I mean, this is brand new. This is, brand new. Like I've been working on it for a couple weeks now, and I was coding on it this morning, and it's, we're still hammering out all the little, I noticed the language today was a little bit off. And so this thing is going to be super awesome premium, and I'm going to add other awesome premium stuff to it. But right now, we're just getting there. I mean, here's some stuff out of it from today. The last daily close, you can look it up. It was 222.75. This was for yesterday. Iwm is at 222.08, and currently has a gap down of 0.67, 67 cents. There's potential for a long call trade for the gap to fill to the upside today. And it did fill. So that potential was out there and it did it. And that trade was gone. So these can be fast, they can be slow, and sometimes they don't fill. So this is kind of what it looks like. And it actually is a bot in Discord. So, all right, all together, these programs are worth close to $4,000. And my team and I have been discussing plans to raise that even higher. But today, I'm going to slash the price for all 4 services to just $3,000. And remember, right now, this is the only way you get access to the brand new Iwm Gap Alert. Now, I'm sure because I have loyal followers and a bunch of you are going to be my loyal followers, right? What if you're already a member of one or more of these services? Well, then your price just drops even lower. You just need to call the team and arrange the right membership level for you. And remember what I've said all along the day. Trading is about tilting the odds in your favor whenever you can. With these 4 programs, all with different focuses, all with different strengths, all with some weaknesses, I believe that together it'll be set up, it'll just position you as the best you possibly can be for 2022. And I'm not going to stop here either. Like, I've got more stuff planned. There's more awesome stuff I have in store. And the only way you're going to see it is to be on my side. I mean, I'm not even like, so I have an AI thing I'm working on. It's possibly going to be super awesome. And that thing, like this bot is just like the first step in it. So this is all coming in the future. And I would love for you to join me with this brand new premium membership. But let me be crystal clear. It should already be obvious. I'm not promising guaranteed success or any kind of shortcut to winning trades. Trading is hard. Lots of traders lose money. Becoming successful takes years of hard work, years of practice. It takes immense effort to not self-sabotage. So if you're looking for a silver bullet, that's just, this Iwm thing, you're thinking, man, this Iwm thing, that's what I need. That's a silver bullet. I won't have to focus on anything else. Well, I respectfully ask you to just don't even do this. I mean, you're just not going to be happy if you think this is a silver bullet. It's going to take work. It's going to take effort. It's going to take some tweaks on your part and my part to make this all work. I want to build a community of serious traders. I'm work hard every day, trying to improve Discord, trying to improve the alerts I put out, trying to improve everything. I mean, I was no guru before 2021. I wasn't. I didn't do this. I didn't have upwards of 1,000 followers. I mean, our mailing list is tens of thousands of people that follow my stuff. We got, hundreds of people that come to the Tuesday sessions for free. I mean, sure, I asked to have followers, but before I didn't have practice at this. I haven't been doing it for 20 years. I've been trading for 25 plus years, but I haven't had followers to this level. So you bear with me as I grow. I'm going to get better. That's my commitment to you right now. And I want my premium members to embody that attitude. You're wanting to help other people too. In fact, my Discord rules even say that you're going to live by the Scout Oath and be a part of the community, help other people at all times. So, are you ready to join me? You get the Iwm Gap Alert, the robot. It's brand new. We're still working it out. You get Echo Trades, you get Crypto Power Plays, the Knoxville Trade Experiment, get the whole family of products, all the support, all the everything, all the guarantees we make. This is a ton of trading know-how and techniques, all packaged up together. And I know it's a big commitment, but when you think about everything you'll be unlocking, I think that you'll understand why. If you're ready to join me for all of these trading services in 2022, plus be one of the very first to access the brand new Iwm Gap Alert, go to jeffrytrader.com/premium, call 855-454-0816 to access this premium membership level today. And as I said earlier, if you already have one or more of my services, call into the team, 855-454-0816. They're already prepared to talk to you about how you can add the rest of everything and have the whole package. All right. I already got Steve in the chat. I've got David in the chat. Pete's here with me too. We're out live on YouTube. If you're joining us on YouTube, head over to jeffreytrader.com/premium, 855-454-0816. If you add it on today, we'll just extend whatever membership you got. If you're already a VIP of anything, we'll give you a special rate. Everything's worked out. Call my team. Everybody knows what to do. If you're ready to jump in, jeffreytrader.com/premium. I saw a few people asking on how to get in Discord. Should be in the members area. If not, reach out to customer support. 1 year of everything, $3,000. Like I said, if you have anything already, it just extends your membership. Any other questions? Do you need to know options? No, you don't need to know options. Can I trade these small accounts? Some things you can, some things you can't. How much money you need for the IWM account? Well, I recommend probably $1,000 on that one. If you want to day trade it every single day, you're going to need at least 25,000 because that's the pattern day trade rules. What in the devil is IWM? Well, it's the Russell, Russell 2000, Russell, 3000, whatever they call it, the Russell 2K, yeah, 2000, which is really the Russell 1800, I think. If you actually look at the components, they call it the Russell 2000. IWM is like the SPY of the Russell. All right, like SPY is the ETF for SPX, S&P 500. Well, IWM is the ETF for the Russell 2000. So, and why did I pick that one? Well, just because it fills the gap almost 70% of the time. 69% on average, up and down. 20 years. We back test. We grabbed all the data since 2000, ran it all the way forward to now, and basically found out that the number we can count on is 69% of the time. Sometimes it's a streak of 80 plus, almost 90% wins. And then other times it has a streak of losses. So, all right, support email, support@jeffreytrader.com. I got the Jeffrey Trader up here, support@jeffreytrader.com. If you're having trouble, reach out to them. Type in the chat here. Not sales, this is just support. I don't require any kind of verification or anything to get in Discord, so it's super easy. You just click the button and you're basically in as long as you put in a username. I do recommend that you go ahead and set up an email account, an email address and stuff, so you don't lose access to your account, so you can recover it. You can put it on multiple devices. I actually carry it on my phone here. I've got it on my computer at home. I've got it on my computer in my other office. I've got it on several computers here at the office. So I'm on it almost all the time. I do sleep for 8 to plus hours a day, amazingly, on top of everything else I do. And I'm just trying to add more value inside Discord right now. I'm trying to give you more value than you can even imagine. I'll answer questions almost anytime I'm awake and able to. I do take family time. I do scouts on Monday nights. So there are periods where you got to wait a couple hours before I answer. Yeah, it's hard to so IWM gaps, maybe you trade it a couple days a week if you can't do the PDT. Most of my accounts, I plan on doing it. I don't have pattern day trade. I can't sustain that. So I'm going to swap between a couple of different accounts is the plan for me. And it is just one trade a day, and it may not be there every day. So I don't think my son's in Discord. My wife is in Discord. Most of the team's in Discord. Customer service people in there, friends. My future son-in-law is in there. All right, what other questions we got? Go to jeffreytrader.com/premium, get all the stuff, access to this new Iwm Gap Alert. It is automated. It's going to be awesome. We're going to make it better even. Like it's not done yet. If you want it to tell you more information, we're going to make it tell you more information. I have big plans for it to get down to the option we're going to do and everything. It's connected into a brokerage account. It pulls live data. All right. Anything else? Anybody? Going once, going twice? And my oldest child is 23. What about Ethereum? One of my predictions. It's I talk about it often enough though. Come back on Tuesday. Ask me about Ethereum. I'll be back on the, was it the 3rd? 4th? 4th. First is Saturday, second Sunday, Monday, 3rd, 4th live at 5 p.m. We'll be back on. Free session. Well, there's some threats to Ethereum. Crypto power plays. Got an update for them. All right, Dickens. See you later. Well, I can't compete with you, Cher. I'm still a relatively young dude. Always be young at heart. Hope to live for a good long time. A lot of my grandparents have lived over 100, so. No, there's no, Tom's not involved with me. Crypto Power Plays is me. Tom did help me launch it, but he's not involved at all. Right now, you'll have to see. Right now, I've got this IWM thing is ready to roll out. The robot's got all sorts of stuff in the works for it. It's just the beginning. Yeah, not right now. Solar output's going to decrease for a while. That's true, Kevin. We passed peak solar output a couple years back. All right. Thanks, Will. Thank you for coming. All right, everybody. Got 200 people plus left here. What do you need? jeffreytrader.com/premium, 855-454-0816. Yeah, so share. I have a New Year's Eve special coming up on Ask the Pros. Might check it out. Got something hot coming up on Ask the Pros, crypto related, on New Year's Eve. Discord.com address. Go in the members area, or if you have access to the Telegram, the link is right there in Telegram to jump over to Discord and unlock tons more content, Brian. Link should be in the members area. When I log in, it's there in the members area. We didn't quite make the members area jump to my domain, but we're working on it. So that's coming up in 2022. All the members area will be on my own domain. Hey, no problem, Cher. My big bold predictions here. 1, 2, and 3. I've got plenty of more too. Plenty more. Plenty more new content coming in 2022. Lots of new fun stuff. All right. Finally dropping off a little bit. Who else needs something? What do you need? Everybody just love hanging out with me at this point. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. Been going about an hour. So come check me out in Discord if you're in any of the services. If you're having trouble, support@jeffrytrader.com. They can hook you up or call the support number. They love helping you guys out, getting maximum value. Or you can just sign up for the VIP premium service here. jeffrytrader.com/premium, 855-454-0816. Going once, going twice. I'm going to go see if I can't find something else. Put out some content today. All right. Thanks everybody for coming. We're going to wrap it up here. Have a great day.